On today's show, we're going to take a look at the Rally Tops fiberglass hardtop for your Ford Bronco. That is right. This will be the third top that I've looked at for the Ford Bronco. And I'm kind of excited by this, and I'm excited to see Rally Tops. I haven't looked too deep into their website, so my impressions will be kind of new, much like yours would be if you're visiting their website. So the Rally Tops, we'll pull this up here so you guys can play along at home. This is their website, rallytops.com, if you want to check it out, and I'll have a link in the description below. But they're offering one option right now for your four-door Bronco. Looks like it's a two-piece hardtop for the 2021 and on. So let's click this and see what they've got to show us. So there you go. There is it looks to be a two-piece hardtop. So you're going to get this this back, much like the Jeep offerings, is one solid piece through here. And then you get kind of like what I hate to call it a freedom top like Jeep uses, but you get the one piece up here that looks pretty good. Now, this is a one-piece solid section right here. So you can see it right here. So there is no split roof to this thing. So it won't be the easiest thing to take off your Ford Bronco. So much like the current two piece that they do of the front top, you just grab one panel at a time. And it's pretty easy to remove. So this will take a little bit more effort, but I think your Bronco's worth it, right? If you want to put the old hardtop on there, it's probably worth it. But as you can see, they're using some sound deadening materials on there. So that's pretty sweet. It's hard to really see from the quality of this thing. I don't know if now it won't let us zoom in too much there, but it looks, I mean, from what I can tell, it looks pretty good. The price is pretty appealing. Now, as you can see here, this is with it off, and we'll blow this thing up just a little bit. So this is with that front piece off there, and that looks pretty good. I must say the seals, you can tell it's double sealed there, so they've given a lot of thought about water and stuff leaking through there. And I think some of that is road noise. You want to help keep road noise down, and sometimes you get that through these little cracks of these seals. So looks pretty good in that picture. So let's see if we can zoom right back out of this thing. We'll go to the next page. So this is the back of this top, and this is part of it that I'm not really into. And I'll be honest, so I don't like this kind of recessed into the top look. I don't know if it's a manufacturing process of what they're doing, or they're just trying to be a little different, kind of like a little spoilerish area back there. But this looks like something I would have saw in the 90s. And I'm not pooing on this. I bet it's a great top. These are just my personal opinions of this. So hey, Rally Tops, I'm only giving what I can see from the pictures. But this just looks kind of old school topper. And I don't know that I would be a big fan of that. These, there's a one screw there, and one screw there. So I'm sure they've sealed this really well. But I have a lot of dealings with hardtops, the construction kind that you put on the back of your truck, and this stuff just always tends to wear for me. So I don't know the process that they've done this, and I would love to see some more pictures of this, more detailed pictures of it. But for me, this is just like, this looks like honestly something like my Isuzu Amigo had. I put a hard top on it, and that was in 1995. So this looks something like that. So I don't know that it's the most current looking, best looking option, but it's not horrible by any means. I mean, you look at that, that looks great. It's got the Sasquatch package on this, and it's not horrible by any means. I'm just probably being a little nitpicky, and I think the other two brands I've covered, I kind of like what they've done a little bit better. But the price of this one is where I think those other two, you're by $1,000 more or something like that. So this might be, maybe I could live with a couple things because of the price. And once again, the side profile here looks great. They've definitely kind of kept that factory look to it, though. I don't see any the little mounting for the factory hardtop. There's those little slices right there that the factory hardtop mounts to. But ultimately looks pretty good. Now let's see some options here. So they have a couple options here. So you can get the black, which is shown. That is the black right there. I'll pull this picture back up. So you can see the black of it. Looks pretty good. They've got a white version of it, which no photos of it, but it would have been great to see with this white Bronco, and a tan version of it for $200 more. So each color option will be just a little bit more, but that's not too bad. Now they've got a roof rack for it. So let's click that. It's not going to really show us. So can we? Nope, not going to show us. That looks like it's probably a Jeep in a rack that they're using for the Jeep. But from what best I can tell, it just mounts to the top up there, and then you get some crossbars to go with it. I don't know that I would trust too much weight up there, but I wouldn't trust too much weight on the factory rails as well. Now, if you want that brake light, which required by law, but a lot of the Broncos do have their lights here, as you can see. They still have their third brake light right there. So, but if you want it built into it, or yeah, it looks like to be built into it. Rally tops. I would love some pictures of you showing these options. $65. And if you want a battery dome light, now once again, a battery dome light is straight out of the 80s. That's the most aggravating thing. I would love to see that somehow, you know, where I could wire it into my dome light of my current Broncos. Just give me something. It can't be that expensive. But a lot of times what this is, it's a generic little piece that they can bolt on there, and it fills a need. And $45, it's not bad. I have a feeling you could probably do that yourself on Amazon, somehow Velcro something up there for probably cheaper, might be a little bit better quality. Once again, I'm only saying this because of what I can barely see in these photos. It may be amazing quality, and that $45 might be a bargain on it. But it looks to be, if we didn't want to paint it, so we'll leave that alone. And if we wanted to add any of these options, or the roof racks, I no interest in that. The third brake light, really no interest in that. And the dome light for 45. But before that, let's go add to the cart to see what happens. I'm curious. Did I add one? I don't know. There we go. All right, so for $3,995 plus shipping and tax, and let's see what happens here if we and it looks like it's going to be a flat rate to ship this thing at $425, which actually that's not too bad considering. And so the rally top is $4,420. Now that's a big savings if you consider the other tops are well into the $5,000 and $6,000 range. And to get you a hardtop, are those some things that you could live with? Now, the Ford factory hardtop came with there was a defroster back there in that glass. This does not have that. You get just a little bit nicer. You get the windshield wipers and all that. And a lot of people may not need that. You may just want a basic hardtop, and this probably is the best option for a basic hardtop that I've seen. Now, I nitpicked it just for a little bit of a couple things that I would like to see a little bit closer images of. But granted, with the other tops that I've seen, I didn't get to see all the little, fine details of them as well. So where are you at with that? Could you live with this top costing you about that, almost $4,400? That is pretty epic. And I would say, for the savings, I might be swayed to go that way. I know I nitpicked the back of that thing just a little bit, but it's pretty freaking cool. So in the comments below, you know what to do. Let me know. Are you into this top? Or are you waiting for another top company? Because there might be a fourth company come down the road. But just remember, these tops are never going to be $695 that Ford was subsidizing to get you to get into a hardtop, because they can include it in that $600. They were also a soft top that they were not putting on the truck. So, Ford was still going to cost them probably about $2,500 to put that hard top on you. And you're probably just breaking even at that to give you the hard top. So this might be an option for you. I don't know. In the comments below, let me know what you think. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or this Bronco that might need a hard top that I drive, this has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.